Hello, everybody. This is Dominic Sicali, Mafia Roundtable. Welcome to a live edition, breaking news. Um, I'm not sure. This is the first time I'm doing this. I just want to wish everybody a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Um, for the weekend, obviously, my film crew is not here, so please bear with me with everything. And this is not about endorsements. It's not about putting out um, things about the what I have going on. Hopefully, everybody could hear me. The volume, if you can't, please somebody let me know. Looking at the chats, so we'll just wait till more people come on. But everything that's going on the social media, really, it's people get caught up in. I would say it's like a fantasy. Everybody likes. Can everybody hear me? I can hear you. Okay, good. Everybody likes to hear stories about the mafia. I enjoy telling different stories. Sometimes you'll see I'll get heated with certain things, and it's just human nature. Everybody does. They get heated in certain ways. I'm trying to refrain from using profanity, but during the heat of the moment, it comes out. So there's nothing you could do. Um, and by the way, I had a great workout today. Really good. I still have my workout gear on. It's let's see if we could show it. They hard work. That's what it is. That's always what it's about, hard work. Anything you apply yourself to. And it's really, again, and I'm going to go back to the social media. I want to wait for more people to come on before I really go into the crux of the story, why I'm coming on live. Um, it's just this whole social media. It's fun. It's entertaining at times, especially everybody's going back and forth. But it's just, this genre just changed with an active crime boss, Joey Merlino, involved coming on social media. He wants to speak out for the good guys, so say the good guys. Um, and I'm going to go more into that, but and then you have guys who just came home. Dear friend of mine, he's a little misguided, Gene, who doesn't know how to control his anger at times. Is instead of sitting back waiting, maybe because he's all piss and vinegar still, but he has to understand he's out of the life. He's not in the mafia. He's not around Vinny Asaro with free reins to go and do whatever you want to do. And then you could go to a sit down, or you have access to all types of guns, weapons. You have crews behind you where, if you say something, you could back it. But I was always the type, and I was taught, it's not the guy who yells the loudest that wins. And people that know me, at times when I'm getting mad and I would yell at people on the street or get into a verbal confrontation, okay, don't worry about it. When Dominic didn't get into a verbal confrontation, when he wasn't loud, that's when you had to watch out. Because when I knew it was time, just keep my mouth shut and I would act. My actions speak louder than my words. But people are getting lured in, and I'm going to let everyone know, and I'll say it a few times during this live video. What I heard this weekend, what came down, I have a lot of friends out there who are in the life, who are in the mafia. A lot of friends from New York to Philly to Jersey. I don't mention anybody, and I'm not going to mention anybody. We just had somebody enter the studio and they had their phone on, so I'm glad the volume is working properly. But and I keep things private, so I have my ear to the ground with everything. A lot of loyal people that, Dom, we love you. You're always good. You're always fair out there. So what I got is, and people have to understand, Joey Merlino supposedly said something bad about Gene Borello. Gene, you have to understand, you cooperated, you're a rat, just the way I am. We all did. So you have to have thick skin at times. And so Gene, very reactive, and he's a tough guy. No doubt about it. He's a tough guy. He'll hurt you. He'll kill you. Back in the day, we have to keep Gene under control because he still has that piss and vinegar in him. So Gene passed the comment, come down to Tampa, I'll slap you. I'll slap the shit out. And Gene definitely will. And if it escalated more than that, Gene will handle himself. But Gene, it's not about that. Now with Joey, what came on the wire, and it came from a reliable source. I'll kill this motherfucker. Who does he think he is? A rat wants to challenge me? Joe, watch you're in the circle because it already got back to me. It's not about that. You shouldn't be on social media, number one. You're not alleged. You are a mafia boss. I know because I was a captain in a crime family and you were the boss at the time of Philly. So I knew that. You didn't walk away from the life because if you walked away from the life, you wouldn't say something like that. You called me a jerk off. This guy Sakali, who is he? Joe, you know who I am. You know who I am. Call me a jerk off, a rat. I'm okay. I'm not a gene that I'm going to talk smack. It's really amazing. You shouldn't be on social media for this reason. Then you have people that are delusional. They get caught up. They actually think like I have people joking with me, my friends up north. Hey, Hollywood, they're calling me. Not Hollywood, and I'll never get it twisted. It's funny, I joke, Hollywood. But you know what? People get caught up. They really think they believe they're Hollywood. And I'll mention one. Now, I initially said when somebody asked on my comment when I was talking about Joey Pryor, they said, who would you like to interview? I would love to interview Joey. That's not a reality. I know it's not a reality. Just to ask him, why would you come on social media? That's everybody's question. But he stated it for everybody. He wants to be the voice of the good guys. And I'll go into that a little bit later. But to turn around and say, I even forgot where I was going with this, but back to Sammy. That Sammy turned around and I saw his episode. He's saying that's good for Joey to come on. He has to make a living. Sammy, what living? What living on YouTube? You're not the beast. You're not one of these guys who are making millions of dollars off of YouTube. Come on, stop. Joey doesn't need YouTube to make money. That's a joke. Probably what his productions cost doesn't even pay for it, for what he gets, what he's monetized for. So stop and show you how delusional Sammy is. Joe, you could come on my show. I'll interview you anytime. Oh, you are the biggest rat out there. This guy will chew you up and spit you out, Sammy. Are you kidding me? And folks, this is what I mean. This is like a virtual reality to YouTube. Everybody's getting on, bantering back and forth. We have a real life mafia guy on who's still in the life. And it clearly shows that by the comment he passed about Gene. Yes, Gene was out of line. He was out of order to say that because Gene has to understand people can say things. You have to have thick skin. You're ratted, Gene, just like I did. And that's like me. When Joey called me a jerk off, you didn't hear me call him a name. What am I going to call the guy a name for? Even though what I think he's doing, it's ridiculous. Then he wants to say, when Joe Messino passed away, we all knew it. Nobody announced it. He wanted to come out to announce Joe Messino died. If anybody has ill for another man, ill intentions, or just a bitter taste in the mouth is a better word, has a bitter taste in their mouth, it should be Dominic Sicali, myself, Vinny Basciano, and Dominic Sicali pertaining to Joe Messino. Because Joe set us up. And yes, Merlino's right at times. The government does overreact. They do go out. But you know what? At the end of the day, they have a tough job. They do have a tough job. And Joe Messino, he plotted everything out and put the blame on Vinny. And then Vinny's talking about me killing people, and that took us out. So if anybody should have a bitter taste, it should be Vinny Basciano and myself pertaining to Joe Messino. Yet Joe Merlino wants to stay, chalk one up for the good guys. Well, Joe, who are the good guys? You're saying the mafia? I was in the life. We extorted. We threatened. We killed. Look at Sammy, killed his own brother-in-law for money. For money. All the guys around him for money. Look what went on in Philly throughout the years. The mob wars. All the people that got killed. Look at Alan Kaiser. Innocent kid. A lot of innocent people got killed because of the mafia. So cut the bullshit. that you want to talk about for the good people, for us good guys. Good guys are law enforcement, the prosecutors. Yes, you do have bad. You do have bad in law enforcement. You do have bad in prosecutors. I know. I've been through them, and I'll state them in my future podcast. The dirty ass prosecutors I did have, but the majority of them are good. They're hardworking. Greg Andre is one of the best prosecutors, best person I ever met in my life. And to him, it was business, nothing personal. Offered Vinny Basciano 27 years. 27 years on 2 murders. 27 years. So that means 17 and 10. Vinny would have got the cases ran together. 17 years. He's home about 6 years ago. He would have been home. Wasn't personal for Greg. And there was a threat on Greg's life, and he still offered him that. So come on. You do have good and bad, but to say chalk one up for the good guys, for the mafia guys, for the street guys, wow, you people are definitely delusional. And please, I know everybody wants to report Lee Cole, Jeff, great guys. Did work with them. I'll continue to do work with them because I like people that, if they don't agree with me, tell me. But then you got other people that want to be ass kissers. And I could tell you one thing: Lee Cole and Jeff Nadeau aren't ass kissers. And that to me, I like that. So I'm not always right, and I'll admit when I'm wrong, like I did a few weeks back. But please, guys, you have to be careful with your words because Joey Merlino is now in this social media on this social media platform, and he's a real life mobster. He didn't leave the life. He didn't denounce the life. And I'll use for instance, John Gotti Jr. You don't hear John Gotti Jr. telling guys, "I'll kill this motherfucker." You don't hear him saying that. You don't hear him coming back. He's trying to expose things. He's doing it the right way. And I commend him for it. Do it. You know, this is America, freedom of speech. Do it. He's out of the life. And you know what? From Sammy to Michael to Mikey Scars to myself, everybody, our lives are in danger every day. Don't get fooled. You'll hear me come on talking about the mafia is not what it was. It's soft. It's this, it's that. There's still killers out there, folks. I try to make light of it. My life is in danger every single day. Don't get it twisted. Every single day. It's just people don't want to act. The right people. Vinny was home. And I even told people, I still love the man. Still love him. That's how close we were. But if he was home, might not do it the first day, first week, first year, first 10 years. But I guarantee you, he will definitely come at me when the time is right. And I know it. That's Vinny. So don't get it twisted. There's a lot of killers still out there. They're just not acting. They're laying in the cut. So for Sammy to say, "Joe, come on my show. We could talk. We could do this." Sammy, you are delusional. You are really delusional. I just don't understand it. And I wrote down some notes just to have things. I mean, talking about Gene's not a gangster. Gene is a gangster. Gene's a tough guy. Gene's a wild card. Gene, I'm going to try to control him, try to guide him, put him. Gene, you want to yell at somebody? Somebody says something you don't like on YouTube, call me up, yell at me. I'll take it. Because he has a good heart. He is a good person at the end of the day. He's a wild card. So we have to try to calm him down. And if I can't, so be it. At least I could say I tried. Because the days with violence in my life are out. And like I said, don't ever get it twisted. Somebody comes for me, I have to defend myself or my family. The old Dominic will come out. It's still there, but I've grown. I've become a person. I've become a citizen, become somebody to respect other people's opinions. Okay, you curse me out, you curse me out. You say something, you say something. Just don't put your hands on me. Don't threaten me. Don't threaten my family. You could threaten. Don't get me wrong. You could threaten. But if it's eminent that you're here, that you're acting on it, then I'm going to do what I have to do. And that's it. And I will call law enforcement afterwards, after I leave you in the street. That's what's going to happen. But not that I want that, but just like any civilian out there, they will protect their family. And I will protect mine and my life. Not looking for it. So people with the social media, please, please, again, watch what you say. Don't try to fire something up because now, again, we have a real live mobster here. And I'm not going to say alleged. Joey Merlino is the boss of Philly. He's the boss of the Philly crime family. I know that for 1,000%. And he claims he walked away, he retired. He didn't retire. The money's too big. John Guy Jr. did retire because, listen, I went at John Jr. I said things. Other people said things. John Guy Jr. is not telling anybody, well, I'm going to kill this MF. I'm going to kill this one. I'm going to kill this one. Look at Sammy the Bull. He didn't say he was looking to kill Sammy, and Sammy put his father away. So he's out of the life. He's one person I could say. Joey Merlino, I don't know why you're coming on social media. If that makes you feel good, you want to expose rats, expose them, expose me, get my 302s, get my trial testimony, talk about Joe Messino. You could talk about A-Light. You could talk about Sammy. Talk about everybody you want, all the rats. Go ahead. But don't say chalk one up for the good guys, because you're not a good guy. You're not a good guy, because at heart, you're a criminal, just the way I was in my past. So let me see if I have any other notes, any other topics. I don't want to miss anything out. And it's just sad that, Gene, and I even saw Jeff Nadeau's thing on social media that, Gene took down the post. You're damn right Gene took down the post, because Gene wasn't thinking. Gene wasn't thinking. His mouth. Gene's not a punk. He's not afraid. And if he did see Joey face to face, but Gene has no battle. He's going up against a crime family. He has to be the biggest fool. And he is at times. He is a fool. And I'll tell him he's going to be coming on this show, and we'll talk about it, and Gene knows I'll tell him straight out. It's just, I don't hold punches with people. I don't. That's about it. So if there's any questions, somebody wants to ask a question about it, what's going on. And you know what, folks, I'm going to start coming out with more lives, more things with social media. I'm just weighing things out. Just need to have my studio set up all the time and just ready to go. So where I don't have to have a whole film crew here, and I could give people more content, and then talk about kids too. Joey Merlino again is coming out. Really? You want to promote the good guys? What do these kids think? Because all these viewers out there, you have 90% of them, they're legitimate people. But everybody's intrigued with the Mafia. So what are these kids going to think? Oh, I want to be like Joey. I want to be like Joey. Come on. That's a bad message. That's a bad message. I want to help people. Crime doesn't pay. That life doesn't pay. That life is dirty. That life destroys lives. And it's not even the people I killed. It's not the people that I killed that died. It's the families. It's the mothers. It's the children. It's the fathers, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins. Those are the ones that suffer. Even today, if I get killed, who's going to suffer? Not me. I'm dead. I might be in a better place. I might not be in a better place. But the people that suffer are the parents, the loved ones, the friends. That I have people that are so close to me today. When I talk to them, people I go back with into life. And I talk about myself, well, I ratted, I took the coward way out. Dom, if I was in front of you right now, they're words, exact words, and I'll quote. If I was in front of you right now, I'd punch you in the fucking mouth. Exact words. Stop saying that. I just keep it real, folks. And we're here. I came out to help people for a better cause. To come out to show the life of crime doesn't pay. It's good. Joe, you wanted to come out with your sports book. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. Not a sports book. Your picks of the week. That's good. That's all good. But you're in the Mafia life. So on this virtual reality, the internet, which it is, anybody could be an internet tough guy. When Gene Borello says he'll slap the shit out of you if you're in Tampa, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. The kid didn't, the guy, young man didn't realize, because he's used to dealing with people like Lee Cole, all the other people out there. And I'm not just saying Lee, because the reason why I say Lee, it's not a disrespect. It's because I know they battled back and forth. And Gene said stupid things in the past. So it's just, he has to understand now, you are a real live mobster, and he can't be saying that. I know that. I know, because there will be repercussions. But you can't get offended, because you're opening the door. You're coming on social media. You want to call people out. You have to have thick skin. Not when you hear somebody threatening you, not even threaten. Yeah, threaten. I'll keep it real. Threaten. I'll smack the shit out of him if I seen him. He's 4'2", whatever he said. For you to pass a comment, I'll kill that motherfucker. Joe, those are strong words, Joe. Those are strong words. And you're still in the life of boss? God forbid one of your underlings roll with that. If they roll with that, they're having a few drinks one night, they see Gene. Oh, I'm going to kill him for the boss. Then what, Joey? Will you say sorry? You have another case. You have another case. You want to spend the rest of your life in jail? You have to be, and I'm going to say this, you are so stupid. Stupid. Joey Merlino, you're the biggest asshole. You know why? Not as a person. You beat the government. You beat the government. Now you want to throw it in their face. You want to get caught up with one of your close compadres up there in Philly that came back to me that you're looking to kill somebody. Even if you said it in jest, which I know you probably did out of frustration. Now you, like, why would you throw it in the face? You have the world by the balls. Stay under the radar. Do you? You beat the government. No, you want to be on the radar. You want to get under their nose. You want to kill a rat. You'll bring down all 5 families. Because let me tell you something. One of us gets killed, and all the other crime families know. And I have my ear to the ground from Colombo's, Genovese, but especially the Bonanos, Gambinos, and Lucchese's. Have friends in every family that I'm in contact with today. Today. From soldiers to captains. Joe, the life is, I say it's over, but there are killers out there, and I understand that. Watch your words. This is social media. You shouldn't be on it for this reason. Shouldn't be on it for this reason. Because what you're doing is promoting violence. Gene, sometimes, again, and I'll say it again, he'll be on the show hopefully this week on Fridays Live. He has to tone it down. He has to tone it down. And Gene, I know you're watching this. Joey Merlino is not a Lee Cole. He's not a Jeff Nadeau. He's not a Dominic Sicali, because I changed my ways. You could say whatever you want to me. He's a real life mobster with an ego. And there's things he has to prove. But you coming out saying that on social media, how's he supposed to look at his guys? His guys. That's the dangerous part. People, please, this is not a game with Joey. It's nice. He's bringing fresh blood here. He's bringing this, that. But it's dangerous for us. So if Lee Cole, Jeff Nadeau wants to see guys like myself get killed because of Joey Merlino, because it shouldn't be. The genre is not for that. It's about telling stories, having civilians listen to the stories, be intrigued about the content. And people are twisted. People are twisted. Like Sammy's delusional to invite this guy into his show. And the reason why I keep on repeating Sammy, Michael did it too, but Michael's different. Michael's a different element, totally different. Sammy was known to be, listen, Sammy probably has the biggest bounty than all of us. It would be somebody's pleasure just to have the kudos. I got Sammy. And I don't want to see any harm come to him. I do like the guy. I don't like what he did to me. I think it was dirty, sleazy. But I like the guy. He's very personable, funny. He's sharp. He's nobody's fool. But, you know, he is a fool thinking Joey's going to come on his show and not look to kill him. You're going to bring a mafia boss on your show. You're going to think he renounced the life. He didn't rat, Sammy. That's the difference. You're getting delusional. You're getting caught up in this virtual reality YouTube bullshit. And that's not cool. So I'll answer questions if you have questions, Maddie, there.
Tony Palmieri says, Dom, you better talk to Gene. It ain't looking good for the kid.
Tony, definitely. Excuse me, it's a little hot in here, but I am going to talk to Gene. I have a real heart-to-heart with Gene because it's not cool. It's not cool. And Joey, I know you're listening. Let it go, please. I don't want to see you locked up. I don't want to see you having a headache. I have nothing against you. I respect the fact you fought the government. You went up against them. Kudos. Kudos. I wish I had the courage to do that. But at the end, I didn't. I wound up cooperating. But, you know, just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Tony Palmieri again says, you shouldn't be getting involved, brother.
I'm getting involved because if I could save a life, if I could calm something down, I'm going to. That's why I'm here. even with kids. If I could help educate kids about the mafia, that they're not the good guys, they're not your friends. Don't. Everybody wants to look at the mobster, excuse me, to glamorize it, because that's what Hollywood did. They glamorized the Godfather, Goodfellas, all the guys in the movies. But at the end of the day, there is no glamour. What's glamour in killing somebody, taking their money, robbing them? Like Robert De Niro said in Bronx Tales, it's the working guy that's the tough guy. The guy that gets up every day at 5 in the morning, goes to work, is there for his family. That's the tough guy, the honest guy. All you civilians out there, the mob is not that. And if I could help this Gene, I'm going to help him. But, if he doesn't listen, he doesn't listen. At least, you know what? God forbid, down the road, whether it be next week, next month, next year, something happens to him, at least I can put my head on the pillow and say I tried. And that's it. Hopefully he will listen to somebody like myself.
Payman Mansouri says he's not the boss right now. He was a boss in 1999 to 2001.
Okay, listen, you could say that. You could say alleged, all that. Keep on believing that, folks. Come on. So until he rats or gives a 302 the way John guy, nobody walks away from that. The money is too powerful. Let me tell you something. Too powerful. Too powerful. He's going to walk away from getting millions of dollars every year from all the guys around him who kick up. He might step back in the cut, have other people on Front Street. He shouldn't be on social media anyway. He can. It's his right. It doesn't bother me. Be on it. But it's just, it is what it is. But don't tell me the bullshit. He's not the boss. Okay. And I'm not a rat then.
Ethan F. Joey is just telling people who he likes for football bets. Let him do his things, for Christ's sakes.
Absolutely. I agree. Let him do. Joey, do your thing. Do your thing. He could do his thing. He can even call out rats. I don't care about that. But when word comes down that you want to kill somebody, that's not good. That's not good. Any other?
Yeah. Leaning 66. Dom, with all due respect, you're not going to convince someone still in the life with that mentality.
You're right. You're right. But I'm going to make it public because you know why? This might get Joey thinking. Basically, and I hate to use Joey thinking. Now I'll be Joey. Fuck. Does Tom Sicaliere heard about this? Guys, leave this Gene Borello alone, or maybe back off from. I don't know. I don't know what's going through his mind, but at least it might make him think, because I know the guy doesn't want to do the rest of his life in jail. So eventually, that's what's going to happen. I haven't seen any mobster that hasn't basically felt the wrath of the government.
That Irish. Any update on Soto?
Oh, Soto? No, not yet, but we'll go into him. So there's a lot of stuff with the sexual harassment and all the stuff he's done. But and again, you see, I'm not in the life anymore, because if somebody would have did that to me in my past with my wife, all bets would have been off. Nobody would have heard anything. The next day, they would ask, "Hey, where is he?" After a week, they didn't show up for his work. Where is he? I would have known where he was. God would have known where he was. But at the end of the day, it just shows I left the life. That's somebody leaving the life, having the courage not to act violently, because it's about learning, growing, and hopefully Gene will listen. I really do hope so.
Stephen Thanhofer. Hello, Dom. How are you, my friend? I hope you and your family is doing well, because that is the most important thing in the world. Have a nice day and big greets from Vienna, Austria.
Oh, Austria, beautiful country. My wife is part Austrian. Went there, gorgeous, gorgeous country, wonderful. Looking forward to going back out there. Thank you for the greets, and people, again, just this is social media. We want to have fun. We want to have laughs. There's some camaraderie going back and forth, even myself with Sammy. But at the end of the day, I don't hate the guy. I just, got upset with his move, and that's it. So will I ever talk to him again? Probably so. Who knows? But life is too short. Life is way too short.
O'Sullivan, salute from Ireland, Dom. I'm just hoping Joey Merlino goes to town on that weasel rat hairdresser.
Okay. I don't know the weasel rat hairdresser, but I don't condone anybody hurting somebody. If they want to have a verbal altercation, so be it. That'll be entertaining. But as far as violence, no, I don't condemn that anymore. I've seen too much shed, too much blood in the streets, too much bloodshed, too much harm to people, and it's just not nice.
Palmieri again says he's old school, Dom. I'm sure he thinks of his dad. He loved him very much and walks his way.
Agreed. So if he was old school, he shouldn't be on social media, but it's his right. And it's his right to talk about rats. It's his right to bring things up. I know he's bitter with his case, but he should be happy. He's blessed. He's home. He's free. And that's it. He could be with his family. He could keep his head held up high. He didn't rat. Social media. How do you think the other crime families look at him? Look at him. I already know. I got word. They look at him like he's a jerk off. I'm not saying it. They look at him. He's a jerk off. Like, how's this guy going on social media? But everybody has their own reason.
Xavier James says literally every of that does this mob stuff said that's good for Joey. And then they would interview him. Why is it always a direct at Sammy? Mikey and Michael said that's good for Joey.
Yes, it's great for Joey. In what sense? Tell me what sense? To bring heat on him? What sense is it great for Joey? You tell me. And directed at Sammy because Sammy really believes that this guy will interview with him. Sammy has, again, I don't go back. I could go to New York every day if I want, bouncing around. I don't throw it in people's faces knowing my life's in danger. So I'm just saying that's a real live mobster. He's still active in the life, and it could be dangerous. Well, what are people going to say if somebody gets killed? One of us get killed. Oh, well, he shouldn't have been on social media. Probably so. You're right.
You got a contribution from Big G 484. Dom, God bless the family.
Big G, thank you. It's greatly appreciated, the contribution. I'm just trying to do the right thing and tell stories and have fun with this. And if I could nip something in the butt, that's why I came out live today. So Joey will see it, and Joey already knows it's out there. It's out there. So anything happens to Gene, who's the primary suspect? Joey. So back up.
They might trip you up with this one.
Good.
Anthony Michael Arillo, you must know Marty and Michael Taketa from the Jersey crew. They were close to Joey Merlino.
I don't know. And even if I did at this point, I'm not going to say who I know, who I don't know with Joey, because I'm not going to put anybody in harm's way. So that's just the way it is.
Leaning 66, everyone says good for Joey because why be negative to him? He's not affecting anyone else's. It's just a podcast.
Correct. It is just a podcast. And to me, I guess he said something about Gene, where Gene reacted, talking about if he was in front of him, he'd smack him, which to me is stupid. You're talking over the internet. It's like, stop. Learn to take criticism. I take it all the time. People talk shit about me. I just take it. That's what you have to do. That's what you open yourself up to on here. And yes, it's nice he's on the internet. Cool. I have nothing against it. The Mafia is supposed to be a secret society. If he wants to put himself out there the way John Gotti did, so be it. It's his choice, his decision. He's a grown man. But just, take on the criticism as well, Joey. Take it on. Take it as these guys want to get on and talk about like they're tough guys. He is a tough guy, but they want to be, I guess, YouTube tough guys.
Darren C4, when a boss is on social media, it just goes to show how far the life has fallen. Shaking my head.
Darren, you're 100% right. I totally agree with you. And that's what I got from the other 5 families. The people that I do speak with every day. And it just is what it is. But if that's what the man wants to do, let him do it. But have constraint, have a wayward to say, okay, this guy's talking smack. I'm never going to Tampa anyway. I'll probably never see him. And just roll it off the shoulder. I would have came on and said, all right, Gene, you're a tough guy. You're going to smack me. Okay. Like nobody else could smack or nobody else could get hurt. and that's it. Roll with it. You have to.
Southie 31, did you have any dealings with Fabio Koa?
Uh, I had dealings with a lot of different people, so I'll keep it at that. For on this one, this episode, I'm not going to say who I know, who I don't know, unless they're unless I feel it's appropriate.
Leaning 66, I'll kill him, quote unquote. And threats need context. We all speak that. We all speak that way. I know that. I know I've thrown that out there myself.
You're 1,000% right. You are right. You're correct. But when it comes from a boss in a crime family, it weighs a lot more.
JB from Florida, how do you even know, or FL, how do you even know he said that? You didn't hear it yourself. You can't trust anyone. Haven't you learned that? Don't be jealous of Joey.
Absolutely not jealous of Joey. Wish him the best. Again, wish him the best. But you know what? It is what it is at the end of the day. And I'm not going to give Joey the benefit of the doubt for this one. I just know characters, and you know what? It's just not cool.
Xavier James, now you're backing John Jr. after going at him.
Not back.
LOL. Mikey made you do a 180.
Not backing John Jr. I'm calling it the way it is. So, and I still say everything he did. So, and really, what bad did I say about him? What bad? So everybody's entitled to their opinion. Stop people with this nonsense. Backing Mikey, I'm my own man. Everybody knows me from Nadeau to Lee Cole. I'm my own man. Nobody's going to tell me what to do, when to do, how to do it. If I feel it's right, I'm going to do it. And I don't need a team behind me.
Anthony Michael, could it be that Joey handed the job to someone else?
I don't know if he handed the job. It could have been in jest, maybe him out of frustration. Maybe somebody said, hey, could you believe this fucking Gene? And he said, I'll kill this motherfucker. Could have been jest. Could, but you don't say those words, especially at the position you're at. You don't say those words. I'm sorry. Yes, they do come out in the past. People do say it in jest. You're talking about a mob boss. It's funny. Vinny said, I'll kill that motherfucker. They wound up dead. You just don't say those words. You don't say it.
Mark, Joey M didn't have to rat to be on social media. LOL, already subbed to his channel.
Great. Great. And I watch his channel too. I like him. He's entertaining, personable. You see his charisma. Great. So, and?
Enrico Esposito, no, you're thinking about that. What happened with the time when you did it? You had to do it. You had to do so, do a lot of people.
Yes. Yes. I've killed people. I've hurt people. And it's not a good feeling. Back then, yeah, it was a great feeling. So I had a different mindset. But once I changed my life, it's just not about that anymore. It's just trying to help people do the right thing and have fun. Have fun enjoying life.
Cody James, LOL, bro. Don't tell me Gene didn't realize that TF Merlino is. Who TF Merlino is.
No, Gene, sometimes, like I said, too much piss and vinegar. He should keep his mouth shut, especially when Gene is capable of doing violence. Like Gene, you were given another chance. Judge Block let you out. You without supervised release. Be happy. Live your damn life. Come on social media, have a good time. Somebody says something bad about you, so be it. Let it be. Let it go.
Cody James says Joey isn't an acting boss.
Okay. Whatever. Next.
Hold on, I'm looking. So I'll say something while I'm looking.
Okay. Well, folks, I just want to let everybody know that it's just not about just gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with the social media. And that's it. Again, and I hate when people minces my words. Never said anything negative as far as it's Joey's right to come on social media. It's his right to talk about sports betting. It's his right to bring up stuff about government informants and rats. Cool. But when somebody comes back at you after you call them, whether it be a jerk off, an asshole, and they say something stupid, just keep your mouth shut. Like, don't even if it's just something Well, I just said it to say it. Your words are powerful because you're not a cooperator. You didn't you didn't leave the life. That's the dangerous part.
Ken, how's your cat?
Fluff Fluff, she's still hanging in there. She has a growth on her mouth, but she's hanging in there. She's a gangster. My Fluff Fluff, all 5 pounds of her. That's a gangster. Thank you for asking.
Southie 31, you don't have to be betrayed to not respect a traitor.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's all different levels of respect. And like I always said, I'll keep it real all the time. There's people not going to make everybody happy in life, and again, and I'll say Joey called me a jerk off. Okay, I didn't come back and say anything negative about him, saying hitting him back because to me it's just words. Like, all right, that's his opinion. He's entitled to it. But how many people say Dominic? I love him. Dominic's a great guy. So you have to learn how to take things, let them roll off your shoulders.
Brian Raimondo, that's crazy. You still have friends that are active in the families.
It is crazy. It's totally crazy. But you know what? As they say, it is what it is. And it just shows, like I said, the life is not what it once was, but it's still dangerous. It's still dangerous. You still have a lot of killers out there, people they will harm you. So and it's weird, but it just shows all the good I did with for people out there. So
Uh, Slick Fire, yeah, I said with Leonetti over Merlino any day.
okay, and I never met Phil Leonetti. I heard he was really a nice guy. I heard Joey was a nice guy too. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with me saying that. I just hope he realizes the platform he's in, where if somebody says something negative, let it go, because your words weigh a lot more than somebody like myself.
Um,
As far as harming somebody, because I'm out of the life.
Pat Travolino, I wonder what drives Gene Borello.
I don't know. That's one kid. He better smoke a lot of weed, calm himself down. But I have no idea what drives him. And trust me, I battle with him all the time. There's other guys, older guys, that try talking to him, and he's just like I said, we're here for him. We're here to help him, guide him, lead him in the right direction. But you could lead a horse to water only so many times. If they don't want to drink, then so be it. At least I could say I tried. But deep down, he's a good guy.
Darren C4, I've always said that the government was going to give Joey life in the installment plan. Rubbing the government's nose in it is not smart. It gives them another reason to go after him.
And that's what I've been saying all along. But people want to mince words. Why are you attacking him? Why are you going after him? Folks, I'm not. Never went after him. Only said things what I've heard and what he's doing now. Well, more power to him. Everybody, listen. Everybody should come on social media. Start talking. So what could I do? There's nothing I could do. I'm not jealous. I'm not envious. Do you. Do you. So I'm doing me. But for people to pass statements, they make a living off of this. Guys like Joey's not going to make a living off of social media. Just like myself. I'm not making a living off of social media. It's not happening.
Attorney Scribner, you're acting like a hit was put on him and you caught wind of it.
You know what? I know the life. I was in the life. Ate, slept, bred the life. So you just don't say things like that.
Chatting with Stacks show. Go to the Bronx, Dom. They want to talk to you.
I listen. You're funny. You're a funny guy. But you know what? I was in the Bronx when I first came home. Did go to the Bronx, and there's people that will attest to that. Went there, and I went to go straighten somebody out. So, been there, but those days are over with. Don't have to go to the Bronx. So I'm okay.
They're saying they can't hear me, so you're gonna have to repeat my words. Just put it out there like he put a hit on him. Come on, man.
Came back to me. So And Gene took his thing down. I haven't even spoken to Gene yet. So, all right. So Gene took the thing down, so Gene knows the severity of it.
Jared, you just invited Joey on your show too in the beginning of your show, and you sound jealous of Sammy. Stop.
I did. Again, you're mincing my words. I said I would like to interview him, and he's welcome to come on. That's never happening. That's never happening. I didn't say it repeatedly. That's never happening. And I would never have him on. The only question I would ask him, what made you come out on social media? But we know that. He answered that already. So again, stop mincing my words. That's what I mean with social media. You say one thing, everybody wants to come in fantasy land and add 20 more things you said to your statement.
Greenlit. Dom, what happens when a made guy doesn't earn anymore? Does he get shelved or do other members help him?
Sometimes other members help him. It depends on the type of person they are. Again, no, they don't get shelved. They're known as somebody who doesn't earn. But if they were a good person, if they are good people, there's other guys who'll help them out. Guys, I'm going to take about 5 more questions, and then we're going to wrap this one up because I have a busy day today.
So it says Tony664. How do you know Joey Merlino is still active? The cops, it just moved. Cops would know if he's still active.
Absolutely. So I'll leave it at that. Well, everybody, we'll end it at that. I just want to hope everybody understands where I was coming at. Joey, I hope you understand too. Leave things alone. You have to learn to have thick skin on the social media. And I do wish you the best. Whatever you want to do, want to say, cool with that. Everybody out there too on social media, don't get tripped up in a fantasy world, especially the guys that cooperated. There's always a target on your back, on your head, just like mine. So just be safe, be smart, and watch your words. And again, hope everybody has a great week. Stay tuned for Friday. Hopefully we'll have Gene on the show this Friday. And I might start doing more lives here and there. So just to put out more content. And again, I wish everybody the best. And for you kids out there, you should see this from what's going back and forth. The Mafia, it's not the life. The streets aren't the life. Get off the streets. Do the right thing. You have too many people. They want to be Monday morning quarterbacks and justify the life. Justify a gangster. There's no justification. Because when that gangster leaves somebody in the street dead like I've done, it's not nice. It's not a good feeling at the end of the day. Going to a funeral, watching kids crying, knowing you're the one that put them in that box. It's not a good feeling. Trust me, it's not. So with that, I wish everybody the best. Have a great week, and peace out.